Hey guys, this is Ed with CMC Reptiles. Want to do a video showing you how I prep these animals for the winter time. Right now I got the Central American wood turtles. I could leave them out here year round. I got them all set up, basking light here on the outside of their enclosure. Basically this is a pretty big enclosure. Then in here you can see it goes back pretty far and it goes down way deep. So I keep gorilla hair in there with dry leaf so they could burrow deep. I have a pond liner covering the entire top of their enclosure, so it keeps them from getting wet. And then I even have this liner drop down enough to where it blocks any kind of wind or cold getting in there if we have any, decent sized storms. A lot of dry leaf throughout. These are just the outdoor leaves. And then over here they come out. There's already full sunlight here anyways, but I still put that lamp out because it is in the 50s. But even without that lamp, it stays nice and warm in there. But you can see all these guys. They're all basking on the end there. They love to burrow under leaves. It's probably 100 degrees under that lamp. And they're doing really well out here. So we've had some cold nights get down into the low 40s, even in the high 30s. But this is working out great. You can just see how I have this tub liner, or pond liner, just around their entire enclosure. This way no cold air gets in there. If it's windy, we have those really cold nights, they're protected. Plus they burrow pretty deep inside there also, and when the sun does come out they could warm up a bit, as you can see here. And if it doesn't come out, that lamp comes on during the day so they could bask a little bit. Sulcatas and redfoots, the same thing. Normally you don't want these guys socializing with each other, and they don't. The redfoots are in another enclosure next to the Central American wood turtles, but because this is the warmest part of the house and this is where the tortoises go, I just let them out, graze a little bit. They got their food, and you just see they're pooping, so they're getting that sun. Even though it's in the 50s, right here, right in this corner, it's probably 90 degrees. That heat's reflecting off the house, off the fence, and these tortoises come here every single morning to thermoregulate. That shell is just like pretty much a solar panel, and it just absorbs all that sunlight. Even if it's cold out, that sunlight heats them up perfect. And this right here is the sulcata's nighttime spot. So it's real simple. It's actually by the back door. It gets morning sunlight. I have a 100-watt ceramic bulb on that nice basking lamp. I got steel mesh where the lamp is sitting on. So I just kind of sawed a hole right in the center. Put a nice rubber mat down for these guys. The nice thing about the black mats, they absorb the heat, they absorb the sunlight. Even if it's cold out, those things heat up really nice. So it works out perfect. You definitely want to put something under them. You don't want them sitting on the concrete, because that ground temperature right now this time of year is so cold, it'll just suck all that heat out of their body, and that won't be good. So they come here every night on their own, and this is where they nest at night. Lamp is on all night long. It keeps it about between 75 and 80 degrees in that cubby hole, and then I even cover the front of it with another one of those mats just to keep the cold air out of there. Keeps it perfect warm for them, and they can stay out year round. Even if it gets in the 30s, it stays nice and warm in there. And I've had these guys outdoors now for 5, almost 6 years. So it's not something new. I am in a different home now, and so I had to make different setups for all these animals. And I kind of let the tortoises choose where they want to go, because they know the exact spots to go during the cold winter months. They know where to go to keep warm, and during the summer they know where to go to keep cool. So I let them show me the way, then I just build them their kind kind of makeshift shelter wherever they nest at night. This is where they go during the morning, every morning, when the sun is out, because like I said, it is extremely warm right here. You can see how active they're getting, and this is after the temps being in the low 40s last night. Man, they're doing just fine. Redfoots are out, and like I said, you definitely don't want to put redfoots with sulcatas. These guys been together a long time, so they kind of are used to each other, but I never leave them out here alone, because that tortoise will try to charge the little one. They're pretty territorial. As you can see, he's following them around, but I always keep an eye on them. You don't want to leave them alone. And guys, I definitely don't recommend that you put baby turtles and tortoises outside. You definitely want to keep them in a controlled environment. These are adult animals, and they are all wild caught animals. These are not captive bred. The redfoots, the Central American wood turtles, all wild caught. The sulcatas, of course, I bought at a reptile show, so that's different, and they were inside while they were babies. I didn't start bringing them out until maybe they were 3 years old, and even then, during the winter, I brought them back in the garage and kept them on heat. So this works out much better when they are adults. So I have 4 adult females and adult male that are out here. So these guys are very durable, and they withstand the winter times in California, that's for sure. Like I said, it's not for every state. This is for my state. I'm in north central California, where the temps, never get too harsh. I mean, like I said, right now it's probably going to get 60 degrees today will be the high. The low 40, 42, and that's the normal throughout the winter time. So again, don't recommend putting baby animals outdoors. Definitely have to be in. And if you do build enclosures outside, you need to give them the proper shelter, something more natural to their habitat. These are turtles, they're semi-aquatic, so they like some water, which I have here, so they do go in the water a lot and like to soak, but they prefer land over water. So on these guys, it's definitely important to give them all their needs, and they will thrive. And I'm probably on 3 years now with these guys also. So all right, guys, hope you could use some of those tips, and I'll talk to you later.